Hey there, welcome to NZ Money Karma, where you can find freedom from the daily grind through budgeting, simple living and adventure. Okay, I'm on my way to work. Oops, got my bike over here already. I just wanted to catch up with everybody and do a bit of a budget update. And I thought, oh my goodness, I'm back at work now. I don't have a lot of time anymore. It feels like it's completely stripped away. Hang on a sec, I just need to get the gate. Yeah, so I thought, oh gosh, I'm just going to get it done. I'm just going to get it done now. Got a noisy bird up there. So it's about 6:05, maybe a little later, and I am whizzing to work. I'm a little bit behind the 8 ball though, so hopefully the rest of my day is not going to kind of carry on in the same vein. One tick. So here we go. I'm just going to bike and talk. So I wanted to do a quarterly budget review. So if you watch my previous video, you'll know that I am going to be allocating our money quarterly because that's what we'd be doing in early retirement or some such thing, and we just thought we'd try out that system. And I thought it would also work pretty well for like getting better grocery deals because we have such a small budget, $100 a week. I thought if I did the whole quarter, that would give me more of a chance to be able to buy things when they're on sale and kind of stock up the pantry and the cupboards and what have you. And for the most part that has worked. Starting to get a bit puffed. Have to bike a bit faster because otherwise I'm going to be late. So quarterly budget. Have to be honest, I'm not loving it. Aside from the food, which is fine, and I will go through that in a separate video. The quarterly budget, I just feel like we're really short of cash. Having that control to be able to put it in a particular envelope every week or two really makes me feel in control of the money. Having to kind of decide on the 1st of January what our needs will be over the quarter has been really hard. And whilst I have done it based on a written budget, that's not very nuanced because then things are coming up and I didn't really have any miscellaneous money allocated, and that's been a bit of a pain. So I have been dipping into particular envelopes in order to kind of make it through or meet one need that we have at a time, that kind of thing. Yeah, so I guess that's where I'm at with the budget. Hopefully when I get home from work today, we'll go through the envelopes and we'll be able to have a little look at where I'm at, what money I've been spending and where I have been spending it from. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in approximately 9 hours. Bye for now. Well, my working day is done and I'm back home again. Oh, crikey. So the quarterly budget, there are not a great many things that I could say that I'm enjoying about it. For the most part, I'm actually finding it really difficult and I'm feeling like it's not going to work. So we are the 1st of February today when I'm making this video. And so I just have to think, okay, do I box on for the next 2 months using the same system, even though I can feel it's not working for us, or do I make a change? And I think I'm going to make a change. I haven't really looked into my binder, so I don't know exactly what I've got and how I can rejig it, but I thought I'd just go through it with you. Getting all tongue-tied today. It's been a long day at work. I've done a lot of talking, so please excuse me. So if I go through my binders, I'm just going to go one by one and just see if there's some money I can get back and then kind of put that aside, and I'm going to split it into 2 months worth. It's not going to be a lot of money because there wasn't a lot of money to start with, but I'm just going to pull some out and then just go, okay, that can be February and then that can be March's allocation, and go from there. Before I start, I'll just show you though, I have still been keeping up with my challenges. You can see here I filled out some of February's already, and I've got a couple of dollars written down on the back that I've put in. So that won't take too long to know. I went through and decided, oh, okay, I can't just always do this challenge because then this one is missing out completely. So I decided I would just put silvers in here. So anytime I get a silver coin, I'm adding those up, and that's how I'm doing this challenge. And then every time I get a gold coin, I'm popping something into here. So for this one here, I've also made a bit of progress. And that also means I can use my very cute, you see that? Very cute money box. So I have to use it for something. So I was like, that's a perfect idea. Just put your gold coins in that one. And I haven't made tons of progress, but I have knocked off a couple. So you can see here I've done the very little ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, as well as the bottom line that I did with some leftover challenge money from last year. So I'm kind of halfway through this first line. What are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 other lines. This will be finished very soon, I imagine. So then it's the bigger ones to start working on. But, you know, all progress is good progress, I reckon. It doesn't have to be, you know, something massive. Like your progress doesn't have to be life-changing. I think I'm a big believer in just like that 1% rule. Just do a little bit better each day. 1%, 1%, 1%. And it all starts to add up. Glad I've got that off my chest. Sorry, guys. So in here, I have been spending a bit of money. So this is my donation money that needs to go back to the bank for an online payment. So I'm just putting that there so I don't accidentally spend it or something. And then this here was like our fun money that we were having left over from last year. And I did in another video tell you I bought some hair clippers, some nose trimmers, I bought some material and yarn. And we have also used this for my husband and I to go out for an anniversary lunch. We've been to the theatre as a family, and we bought some food treats for that as well. So I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 60 to 70 left over from that. I don't think I even wrote down exactly what I had on it. It's quite a few $100s though, but that's just for fun. That's kind of extra special fun money. But I also wanted to do something like useful and meaningful, which would include getting a bike trailer for my bike. That's what I really want to get because that will make my life so much easier this year. Last year I got a really sore shoulder from carrying around my backpack, you know, stuffed full with 20 kgs worth of groceries and stuff like that, and I had to go to a physio and, you know, da-da-da. So I, you know, have to recognise that I'm getting a wee bit older and I have to look after myself just a wee bit better. Oh, the other thing I spent this money on is I also spent $210 on a cabin at a campground for a little long weekend. I took the kids, my husband didn't come, and that was really fun and really nice, into a beautiful part of New Zealand, which I absolutely love, on the west coast, and we had a really cool time. So money well spent. It's not gone on anything boring. This will not be spent, well, touch wood, this will not be spent on, you know, bills or, I don't know, a physio appointment. That's not what we want this money for. This has got to be saved for fun. I have also spent the fun money that was in there, and I'm not putting it in the fun envelope so it doesn't just get frittered away on things like fish and chips or chocolate or something, which we would also kind of class as fun, but that's got to be better than average fun. I'm going to be doing some groceries this next coming week, so we'll go through a grocery video then, so tune in if you like to see how my quarterly budget for food is going. I'll be going through that in a different video, but overall I would say this is the biggest win, the rest a bit of a failure. So into my doctor's bin, we've bought some pimple cream for a teenager. We've had lots of physiotherapy appointments for my recovering husband who's had an operation. And yeah, we're kind of chucking through this money reasonably quickly. I put in $300 for the quarter and I've got 135 left. I would say that's all gonna go. So I don't imagine we'll have anything left there, so I don't want to touch it just in case. Yeah, I assume that it'll go, so I don't want to pull anything out of there to stuff over the next 2 months because it's going to go straight back in there anyway. I know that for sure. And in the garden, I had $40 and I've only got 20 left over. And I'm going to keep that there for now. I bought seeds. I'm normally a seedling person. Like I do normally just go straight for the seedlings because then I'm kind of guaranteed success. Whereas seeds, I have limited success. I grow them all right from seed, but then when I transfer them, I often don't grow them into a seedling stage. So I bought these seeds and I've done a couple of different things. I've sprinkled some in seed raising mix. I've put some in kind of like a little, it's not a tunnel house, it's like a mini kind of greenhouse thing. And I've sprinkled some straight in the garden. So I've used all the seeds and I've just put them in 3 different spots and I'm hoping that will work. So I've got cabbage, Brussels sprouts, and I think it was bok choy, some other kind of winter vegetable. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've got to get better at some things and the only way I get better is by practicing, so I'm going to practice. Fun money is all gone and that's because we only had $20 here, $20 of fun for the quarter, and I knew it wasn't going to cut it when I did it, but I have paid for, I put $20 towards the theatre tickets. Well, they weren't really tickets because it was a koha, but I wanted to pay $50. So I put $20 from here and then $30 from the other money that I had here, and that was the koha. So if you're ever in Christchurch, we have really cool live theatre at the Botanic Gardens over summer. It's one show, but it's always really good value, really funny, and yeah, well worth any, if I had $100 in that, I would have paid it. It was so good, such a lot of fun. Nothing in tickets, and then I've got the pocket money for the kids. So nothing really that I can rejig there, I don't think. Let's have a look here. So dog groom, well the dog has been groomed this quarter, so I'm going to take that out because I feel like I might put a little bit back in here, but he doesn't probably need $50. And dog food, you would have seen in my day in the life video, I biked out to the Mad Butcher and got some raw dog food, and that was really good value. That was, I think, was it $3.99 a kg? Something like that. So much better. So he's getting some raw meat now. I cooked up some rice and frozen vegetables. So basically what you get in dog meat, I'm just giving him a better version of that, rather than a tin. And it's less waste and healthier for him, and it costs less money. So that's my new solution. So I'm going to leave $50 in there, but I'm going to take out the $25. What did I have in for vet? So there's 150, 170. So I'm going to take 20 out. That's enough for a vet visit plus some medicine or something like that. Clothes, I think from memory I put in $100 here for clothes. Again, we have nothing imminently that we need, so I'm just going to put that aside and leave 60. So that would cover some unexpected clothes related costs, but the kids have heaps of clothes. They have appropriate clothes, the clothes fit them, and they have a school uniform which they wear during the week, so that's all right. Shoes, I'm going to leave that in there. That was a full 100, but the shoes get worn out quicker than clothes in our house, so I want to make sure that I've got at least a couple of $100 in there, so I want to keep working on that. Sports costs, I took some money out of here, not because the sports costs aren't going to be kind of valid, but because I needed $25 for my daughter to go and do an activity, and this is where I took it from. So 1, 2, 3, 4, $4.50. So this sports cost would be a tournament. It would be it'd either be in March or April, I can't quite remember. We have accommodation sorted, so there would be the fee, so let's just say that's 100. Probably petrol could be 100, maybe 150, and then a bit of food or, you know, something to bring along. So I reckon I'm going to put 100 back. So what does that leave me? 1, 2, 3, 350. I think when I was writing out my budget, I was just being overly generous of like, oh yeah, that would give us heaps, that would give us heaps. But this is not the kind of budget that I can do that with. We're living on $10,000 for 3 months. It's not a huge amount of money. And a good portion of that is going into online accounts, you know, to pay for things like school fees, the rates, bills, insurance, putting money aside for wood at the end of the year. We've already paid for our wood that will be delivered soon. You know, that kind of stuff. All those sinking funds for things that you know you're going to need. House maintenance, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, it's not the time to just be chucking money around. When I saw grading, I thought gardening. I'm like, hang on, I already had gardening money. And that is 80, and that's what that is. So there is no point taking anything from there. Giving is looking very sad. There's only $30 in there, so definitely not going to be taking anything from there. Birthday. I have a feeling I might have taken something from here as well. I can't remember. 100, 200. Yeah, I have, because this would have been 50 and 45. 245. So that's for a miscellaneous present and the first birthday of the year. I know exactly what I want to get, and I'm looking on Trade Me and I'm looking on Free Stuff. I'm just really keeping my eyes peeled, because the thing that I want to gift is not necessarily like a particularly expensive gift. It's just I can't find it very easily. I could buy it new, and I would, and I will if I can't find it between now and the birthday. But second hand is always my preference for a number of reasons, not just for saving money. It's also because I would much rather reuse something that already exists than create an entirely new thing. And then we've got Christmas money. Now, I haven't told you guys about my Christmas plans, and I probably won't have time in this particular video, but we have something quite exciting planned for Christmas this year, if I can pull it off. Don't know if I can. 1, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's $100. I'm going to take the 25. And then Easter, I know, has 50, but I might just swap out the actual 50 and put one of those in, so I can do a bit more rejigging. There we go. That feels better already. Having a little bit of this to do something with feels a lot more empowering. And it's just kind of more fun. Even putting the money into the bills account, my husband's like, oh, it's good because the money's there. Like, I think we will keep doing the quarterly thing into the bills, because that is quite fixed and we don't have to, like, nothing comes up with bills. It just, they are what they are. Whereas this, I don't know, my husband was even like with the bills, oh, it's just not as fun, like, moving it into the particular accounts. Like, we've done that all at the beginning of January, and it's like, oh, okay, done. But for me, I don't mind how we get there, as long as we can get to the end of March on the $10,000. That's my ultimate aim. That's what I'm kind of chugging towards, because that gives us freedom. If we can live on that and not starve or feel like our lives are completely miserable, then we're kind of winning. So 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 25. So I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to put in 100, and I'm going to change that for 20. I'm not going to take anything away from here because we will need this. We have to buy a bike cassette. But I have bought 2 bike things recently. I got my brake pads. Yay! I can use my brakes when I'm biking, so I don't have to use one of the kids' bikes. And I bought a seat. I found it at a second-hand shop, but it's a nice spongy gel seat, which is way more comfortable than the seat that I currently have on my bike. is kind of like this. It feels like it's made of wood. It's so hard, and if you do a big long bike ride, you know, you certainly feel it. So yeah, it's good to have that. And Tech has only 10 sad dollars. I'm going to leave that there. I'm not going to take that out. The old warrant, I better leave that money in there. That's 20. And registration. So I got this all wrong, and thank you so much for the people who commented and went, oh, I don't think your registration is going to cost that much money. This is probably for insurance as well. And I have to admit, I thought that was what the registration cost, but it's good to know that it won't, and this can go for insurance now. So I'm going to have to go and insurance when I think about it at work. I'm not going to change anything there though. And then I've got petrol, which we've used heaps of. Let's see, I've got change here too. Gosh, there's not a lot there, is there? So that's us. We've been over to the West Coast a few times. We've had a couple of like camping trips or the cabin trip, and I've taken the money from here, and that's what's left. So I put in a couple of $100, $300 I think, and we've only got 15 left. So that's what that is. We haven't used our car at all around town, apart from grocery day when I did a huge grocery shop, but otherwise it's really not being used. So yeah, that's a good thing because petrol's obviously expensive. And then I've got the hygienist here. I put in 190, but it's not 190. 150 would do it. And then dentist, I've also put in 150, and that is a dental appointment, as long as you don't need a filling. So I will be working on that, topping it up, because, you know, no doubt someone will need a filling. And then I've got the optometrist, which is a new envelope for me, and that's got 100 in it, and I'm just going to keep that because glasses will be pretty much $300. I might try and start doing it where there's 3 of us that wear glasses, and just try and make it that it's different years. You know, like maybe it's my husband this year, and then it's one of my children, and then it's me, that kind of thing. So we're not all like, oh, we need $1,000 for the optometrist today. So that's all the binders. Had a bit of a rejig. I'll put that into my challenges. Bear with me, guys, and I'm just going to sort this out and see what I've managed to kind of claw back, and let's have another try. Another try for the next couple of months, and just see if I can get this to work for me a wee bit better. And hopefully if you're watching and you were thinking of doing this, you might be able to just take some of my failures and go, oh, okay, that didn't work. Maybe I'll do it differently as well. Okay, so what do we got? 100, 200. So that's 300, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, $350. Whew. If I hadn't done the quarterly thing, then I would have had $400 a week to cash stuff, $800 a fortnight, minus whatever I had put away for food, because I will continue to do that. So 350, let's do. Cool. So that's a month's worth of money now. And that's a month's worth of money. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 100, 50, 60, 70. So 170. And I'm wondering, should I break that down into fortnightly amounts? I mean, gosh, it's so tiny, isn't it? Sometimes budgeting, when it doesn't work out and the numbers don't meet, can be hard work, but it is of my own making, so it's all right. I'm just going to do it into fortnightly, even though it's such a tiny amount. It does seem silly, doesn't it? Because there's just kind of not that much money, but you know, maybe you're in the same boat and you also don't have any, you know, much money. So I'll get paper clips actually and put them into 4 different spots, so then fortnightly I can say, okay, that's what I'm going to take out. But before I get cracking, I feel like let's do a challenge and just, I don't know, cheer myself up. So in gold coins I've got $5, $6. Oh my goodness. And 6 is my next one. I couldn't find a pen before I sat down, but I could find a half of an old crayon, so that's what I'm using. Love the sound of that. And then there I've got 90 cents. And I've got $2.50 on the back, so that would give me $3.40. So I'm not going to use that until I have $4 worth of change, and then I'll cross off the $4 that's on here. Crayon aside. And let's get stuffing. So for today's cash stuffing, I'm going to have to write something down in the comments to say, if you don't want to have a chat, right to this point. I've got $60, $70, $80, $90. Oh, there goes the doorbell. Hopefully someone else will get it. So I've got $90 to stuff for the next fortnight. Okay, so I don't think I need anything in there. I'm not going to do that because I didn't take anything or add anything. So the dog doesn't need a groom. Oh, okay. Let's just put in $10 here towards the dog groom. Dog food we've taken care of, vet we've taken care of, clothes is okay, shoes is okay, sports is funded, grading, giving. Let's give that $10. So that gives me, that's $40 in there. Okay, that's better. Starting to feel like we're a bit more on track. Birthday's taken care of. Christmas also taken care of for this period, and Easter. Yay! My relief is palpable. This is better. Okay, so this is definitely going to be my new system. There are some envelopes that I can stuff quarterly. There are, you know, the bank accounts, there are some I can stuff quarterly. But there are some that I just have to go through every fortnight, you know, and based on what the need is at the time, then go and do something. So bikes, we've got 60, 70. I might just put another 5 in bikes because we do have things we need to pay for them. Tech, yeah, we're going to get 20. Warrant, I've put enough aside, and rego. So those for the quarter are done. Petrol, I don't want to put anything in here because I feel like we've used plenty. This is okay, this is okay, and this is okay. Okay, that's awesome. So I've actually freed up a bit of money. Let's go back in here and do something about this fund situation. Because there's absolutely no point in retiring early or doing any of this kind of stuff Unless you have some fun. Sorry, this would have been a one-take wonder, except for I was just in trouble. Okay, so let's do that. 25 for fun. There we go. Now I've got to fly, we've got visitors, that's what the doorbell was all about. I'm going to find some paper clips for this. I'm feeling massively relieved. I feel like this could actually work. So stay tuned. Can this New Zealand family of 4 live on $40,000 a year? I think so. Bye for now.